Hey everyone, this is John the Bumbling Golfer here, episode number 15 of the Bumbling Golfer podcast. Today, I want to talk about course accessibility. Um, interesting, interesting weekend for me. I had to drive an hour and 10 to find a golf course with accessible, I guess, with tee times available. So, now, mind you, it's courses that I don't mind paying, 80, $85 to play. But here locally to where I am, there are a ton of golf courses. And there were very few courses that had tee times that were early in the morning. I played golf with my buddy Ken. Shout out to Ken. If you can, go give him a follow on Instagram. It's Ken He Golf, Kenhe Golf. Uh, we went to Iron Valley in Lebanon, PA, which is an outstanding track. It's a great course. Last time I went there, I went with my buddies Brian and Shane, and I got it handed to me. I shot a 97 that day. It was crazy heat, very high humidity, no excuses. I just wasn't really on my game that day. And this is a course where I try to get to at least one time a year. This year, I played it twice. I believe last year I played it once. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to get to this course. It's a great course. Again, I think I said that already, but a lot of ups and downs, so elevation change, which I've talked about many times before, that I really like those kind of courses. But had to drive for an hour, a little over an hour to get there. It's definitely worth it. The people could not be any nicer. The conditions were unbelievably nice. Range, they have a range, they have a chipping and putting area. Um, Pace of play was great. It was a pretty long course. So the other part is we got there and I said, "Hey, what tees you want to play?" And Ken's like, "It doesn't really matter." And last time I played there, I played the blues, and I didn't remember why the blues were so. I guess why it ramped up in difficulty for me. I talked about it before. I'm just not a long ball hitter anymore, and so we had a really nice couple that we got connected with, and we played. It was a lot of fun. And I had asked the guy in the group, I think it was him and his wife, or I think it was him and his wife, really nice people. And I said, "Hey, what tees you want to play?" And he said he normally plays blues, which a lot of times I'll play blues as well. So we go to play blues and we pull up to the first tee. And right before we went out to the first tee, by the way, Lebanon or Iron Valley does a great job with tee time staggering. They don't actually let you go to the tee box until until the last group is, the group in front of you is gone. And it's probably a 2 minute ride, maybe 3 minute ride on the golf cart. So anyway, I'd asked him, I said, "Hey man, what tees you want to play?" He goes, "Oh, I normally play blues." I said, "Okay." And I believe that's what I played the tees I played when I had last played there with Brian and Shane. Now, Brian and Shane are significantly longer hitters than I am. And so I said to Ken, "Yep, let's go play blues." So we went and played blues. Well, we get to the first tee box, and the tips, the color is black. And when we got there were no black tees. There were only blue tees, and they were back. And I believe the tee. I'll check it out. I'll look at it now, but the tees were significantly longer than what I normally play. And but that's okay. And I like to have a good challenge, but one of the things that I'm really focusing on now is my game and staying within myself and how I can be better and execute better. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So that being said, as I'm pulling the tee the tees up, it is, you know, it's not an easy course. Okay, so here we go. The Blues are 6,400 yards. That's about the max for me. Okay, so the Blues are 6,400. The Whites are 6,000, which 6,000 is probably right my sweet spot, right? There's not many courses around here where I live that I can't compete and shoot a fairly good number. But we go from 6,000 to 6,400. Doesn't seem like a lot over 18 holes, but what that does is that makes some of the par threes a little bit longer. Not really, doesn't really affect the par fours, but it affects the par fives a little bit. So we go white is 6,000, blue is 6,400, black goes to 7,000 yards. And that's a lot for me. That's a tremendous amount of distance for me to cover. And I don't think I really felt it per se, but there wasn't it was more like a mind thing for me, right? So like mentally I'm thinking, wow, man, I'm really like struggling here a little bit in some of these distances. And I was able to get to the par fives in three, which was fine. I was able to get to all the par fours in two, or at least I had an opportunity with as far as I hit the ball. Um, Par threes didn't really seem to be a problem. There was one long par three, actually two long par threes. Didn't have a problem. I just mishit one on the one, I think it was number eight. But yeah, it was a long course for me. And I know there are people out there that are like, oh, they want to go play, I want to tip it out. It's funny. I got a call from my coach. I got a call from Justin. Shout out to Scramble House of Golf. I got a call from him and he goes, yo, what happened? Because I shot an 80. I actually had to correct a couple scores. I didn't video it. There is a video coming from my round of 97, which I'm not super proud of, but you're going to see everything. So I ended up shooting 84, which was much improved for there. And I tipped it out. Um, so that was interesting. But he called me. He goes, what happened? I was like, well, I played too far back. And he talks to me about this almost every single time. He's like, dude, you don't hit the ball far enough in order to think that you can play those back tees. Fair enough, dude, right? I get it. But I did nonetheless, and I played okay. I do think that going forward, I'm gonna play the tees that are no longer than 6,000 yards. If it's like 6,100, maybe 6,100 is as high as I'll go. But yeah, it was a bit of a mind game for me because I'm hitting like when you go to a tee box and the tee box goes back into the woods. I've noticed this when I play up in New York State, up in like upstate New York, which I think that's like the Catskill region. Wyndham, when I played at Wyndham, Chrisman's Wyndham House, it was one of those situations where I think I played the blue tees, but the tips it was like 7,200 yards or something like that. It was a lot. And some of them tee shots are a lot, for me. And oh, by the way, I played Philadelphia Country Club with one of the players on my team. I don't know why my light just went out, but that's frustrating. It's back and brighter than ever if you're watching the video, and it keeps turning off, which is annoying to me. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, yeah, it's just one of them things where I need to be better about course management, right? And I talked to my players about this. So anyway, I played at Philadelphia Country Club. I think it was hole number three that I had played, and it took every bit of my driver to reach the sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to fix the lighting here because it's like blaring in my face. Um, I had to really rip one to get to the fairway. And that was it's a humbling experience, I'll be honest with you. So that being said, Ken and I met out at Iron Valley. We played. My computer's doing something weird. My other computer. Um, and we had a really good day. It was a really good day. We had a good time. It was warm. We had great people to play with, which was cool. But again, we had to drive. We had to drive like an hour, and there's just no tee time. There were no tee times available. Now, mind you, it's like mid-September. I get it, and it was going to be like 90 degrees or 85 degrees, which is perfect golf weather. Me personally, I can't wait for it to be like, a little bit less than that. Maybe in the I don't know low 60s, maybe mid to upper 50s, because that keeps a lot of people at home. So yeah, we went out there and had a great time. It was straight out the turnpike, right near. It's not that far from Hershey. Well, it's a little bit. I guess it's probably about 35, 40 minutes from Hershey, but great time. Again, course was fantastic. But I'm curious to know if anyone who like plays golf on the regular, Like, do you run into this issue? Do you run into the issue of your local courses not having enough tee times? I've talked about it before on this podcast that it's my it's not my favorite time to play in the morning, but now that the sun's going down, I mean, I think the sun's down by like 7 p.m. or something like that now. So summer golf is definitely over, but I like playing later in the day because in the morning we didn't run into this time, but in a lot of time in the summer, I'll say it over and over that people complain about slow pace of play, and I'm not a slow player, but if they see the camera, so anyway, I didn't video much. I did a little bit on my phone. Um, but yeah, it's just it was a good day. The course was in great shape. I played okay. Nothing major. I don't think anything major happened. Ken went on a tear. He birdied two in a row. He started terribly. Like I thought his day was over by hole number four. And then he birdied four, birdied five, parred six. So he did pretty good. I think he started triple, double, triple, triple, or something like that. Um, so anyway, and also those of you watching this podcast, you can find it on YouTube. But shout out to Caddy Splash. I am now a an ambassador for Caddy Splash. If you don't know what Caddy Splash is, you should go check them out. It is the premier golf tool to keep your golf clubs clean. And I didn't really get hooked up with these guys for any reason other than the fact that I bought their tool and I actually have a couple. I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon, especially getting into like kind of fall golf. Um, and if it gets, the ground's going to be a little bit more wet and whatnot. But yeah, Caddy Splash is where it's at. And so anyway, I never cleaned my clubs before, ever. I did it maybe once in a while if I was playing like an event or I was playing somewhere that is a nicer course, or maybe I just kind of get something going. Um, but yeah, if you go to caddysplash.com and check out their items, they have a few different things. I have the club cleaner, so it's like a bottle that you take, you fill up with water, and then you go and uh just clean your clubs on the go, so it's on the fly. And there will be other things out on my Instagram that you'll see as well. But again, Caddy Splash is now part of the Bumbling Golfer team, and I'm part of their team, which makes it a lot of fun for me. Just really happy and excited to be joining and partnering with companies of products that I actually use. It's not that I don't use it. I used it before they contacted me. Unlike a lot of other people out there that are out there just hawking whatever they can get for free, making the move to different products, making the move to different things because they're given to them. I've had nothing given to me. I want to make that very, very, very clear. And um, yeah, so there will be a promo code in the description, and I hope that you go check it out. I don't really get anything from it. I might get a little bit from it, but here's the awesome thing: you also get something from it. So it actually deals that I don't think I got when I was buying these is that you can go get a 10% discount. So there's no code, anything like that. It's a little different than other things that I've used in the past. But there will be a link in the description below. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm going to put a link in my bio on my Instagram, and hopefully you can go out and get something cool. So, you can go out. There's several items on there. I'm not trying to get too fancy with this. I'm bumbling a lot. It's part of the gig. But yeah, check out the link. Go buy whatever you want to buy. You get 10% off your order. And it's really good, like really good, smart golf products. It's not like gimmicky stuff. I don't, it's not, those gimmick things drive me nuts, right? They just do. And it's just something because I've been part of the golf business in the past. I know things that happen in the golf business. It's not, this is actually functional tools that are actually really, really well thought out. So anyway, shout out to Caddy Splash on that. More to come. And shout out to Acorn Hills for continuing to support me with gear. I haven't worn, I didn't wear any Acorn Hills gear yesterday because it's all dirty because I wear it all the time. I wear it for work. I wear it for different things. If I'm going out, I'll wear an Acorn Hill shirt. So anyway, shout out to them. And again, shout out to Scramble House of Golf, Justin and John. You and the team there just continue to support me in what my mission is, and that my mission is just to go play better golf. I love supporting companies that love to support me. And again, I'm just a regular dude. People can say that, I'm a content creator. I do some videos, right? And I do some editing, and I like that. Um, I'm really just a regular dude who likes to go play golf, and I like to get better at golf, and that's why the Scramble House of Golf is so important to me. More to come on that as well. Expansion coming in the very near future. So yeah, again, episode 15. Just curious. I think I didn't really talk a whole lot about what I wanted to talk about. I talked about Caddy Splash a lot. But one of the things I wanted to ask, and I'm curious about from everyone as the season winds down, are golf courses harder to get on? For me here where I live, it's extremely hard if they're calling for nice weather. I don't mind if it's drizzling a little bit. I don't mind if it's a little cooler. I don't mind if it's a little windy. I am starting to mind if it's super, super hot, but I'd rather be super hot and just drink a ton of water. But anyway, uh, yeah, so Iron Valley, again, just such a solid course. If you're in the central PA area, or if you're going to be there for any reason, if you're going to go to Hershey Park, right, for a concert, maybe you're taking your family there. If whatever the case is, if you can squeeze out a couple hours, even if you just play nine, if you can play nine at Iron Valley, I suggest you play the back nine. I think the back nine is a lot more, it's more fun. It's challenging for all 18, so you won't be disappointed. The front actually has a really neat par three. It's very short. It's like 125 yards. And there's a big windmill there and all that good stuff. But the back, you have a little bit more elevation change. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So if you can get out there, do it. Maybe if you can get a couple hours, or if you're close enough, you and your boys are doing a trip, or you and your friends, I should say, because I know there's a lot of women golfers out there that do this as well. If you're going to be in the Hershey area, if you want to, find it's actually in Lebanon, PA. A lot of golf courses around there. Lancaster County, you're not really far from really, really great golf courses. So anyway, this was episode 15. John, the bumbling golfer here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go to my YouTube, like and subscribe. I'm starting to gain a little bit of traction there. Go to Instagram at the bumbling golfer and give me a follow there. That would be very helpful. Yeah. So any questions, anything that you want to bring to me, let me know. I'm going to keep bringing you my thoughts. That's what this podcast is about. I'm not going to really talk about, I know the Solheim Cup was this weekend. Super exciting part of golf. I just don't talk about professional golf. I don't really talk about professional sports other than like talking a little bit of crap if the Eagles are winning or Phillies are winning or whatever, but Flyers and Sixers. But yeah, enjoy your day, your night, your morning, whenever you listen to this. I appreciate you for listening to this. If you've made it this far, thank you. On to the next one. If you get a chance, go hit some Hazel Rockets into the woods. All right. Thanks, everyone.